Preparedness for Beginners, and I am Charles, and let's get going on another video. Alright, now we're going to be turning the tables a little bit, and we're going to start talking a little bit about some supplies that you probably need to have on hand, and what some of these supplies can do for you. There's an assortment of things that are out on the table here. I didn't get everything out. The table isn't big enough. So we're going to start right in. One of the big things that you may want to consider having is tape. I would suggest having some electrical tape and some really good duct tape. Now this isn't Gorilla duct tape. This is made by 3M, and this stuff's it's right up there with it. It's pretty strong. It's I forget what the strength hold is on it, but anyways, I mean, this here I picked up at a store for 3 rolls for $4, and I picked this up at a Ace Hardware, I think it was, and I think this was on sale for $3.99. So you know, you can shop around and get some good bargains. I mean, yes, as far as strength and everything else, the Gorilla tape is probably one of the strongest besides the 100-mile-an-hour tape like they use on NASCAR, but I don't know if you want to go to that extreme, but you know, if you're stuck out somewhere and something happens, well, maybe you need the 100-mile-an-hour tape. Zip ties. Zip ties you can buy just about anywhere. I mean, I've even seen them in the dollar store. I picked up this little bunch here that I've had for a while. They come in handy for a lot of different things. You can use these if you, with your zip ties, you can use those if you're camping, if you're having to bug out somewhere. You can use them around your house. You can use them to hold things together. You can zip tie. You can run them through your loops on your tarps, and if you want to put a little extension on them instead of tying through the grommets and stuff, you can put these on there if you need like a little extension. They're great for holding pieces of wood together if you want to, say, make a like a tripod out of like 3 sticks or something. You can use these and get those in there and zip tie them together and then flip them around so where they're nice and tight, and you could turn out a tripod that you can put over a fire. If you know, a tripod has many different things that it can do for you. You know, you could dry your clothes on it. You could wrap something around it to, in a sense, make a portable smoker, put it over a small fire that you're just going to be having smoke if you need to smoke, say, meat, fish, anything like that. But zip ties come in handy for a lot of things, not to mention in a scenario where something happens and you had to subdue somebody because they got out of hand or they're attacking you and you get them down, you can use some of the larger zip ties, and 3 of them, and you could zip tie them, you know, their hands or their feet or whatever, and they're pretty much done for, unless they're pretty strong. Zip ties are pretty tight, and they're pretty hard to break. Not saying it can't be done. You want to have like different types of fire starting things. You know, like down here in Florida, we don't have that many like pine trees, so and trying to get fat wood down here is little to pretty close impossible. Now up north, if you can go out in the woods, you can find yourself a dead standing, or you know, something, a pine tree that has fallen, and you look for those knots on the side where a tree branch might have been or whatever, and you know, you take your time and cut those out. You might be able to get some pretty good fat wood. But in the meantime, for people like me, you can buy the fat wood. And the cool thing is yeah, you can just take these sticks, and this pack's open because I distribute a few of these throughout my different packs that I have, and you can just light this and you can just burn the whole stick. But what I would suggest is, if you're in a survival situation or something, you need to conserve whatever it is you have to try to make your fire and stuff. So if you only had, say, a couple of these in your pack, that's what I have in most of my packs, is usually 2, and I keep the rest of these stored in my garage, just because I don't want to carry them around with me. I don't need that many. But you take your knife and you shave this stuff, and you make your shavings and stuff, and then you can spark it. You can make this last quite a long time to get quite a few fires out of this one little stick. And they're really good stuff. I picked this up online. I believe it was either Amazon or Walmart.com. I don't remember. And I believe it was $10.99 for the bag, which isn't too bad. I mean, there's quite a few pieces in there. It doesn't exactly say. I think it's that doesn't tell you how much it contains. They say on here to use 2 to 3 sticks to start a fire. That's if you're just going to start a fire, you know, and you're not using it for survival. If you're in the survival mode, you know, you want to try to conserve as much as you possibly can to make sure that, you know, this lasts you as long as possible until you can find a different tinder source to go with. Something else, a lot of areas have white birch. I don't have any of that, especially down around here. We don't really have white birch. You might see one every blue moon, but the bark off of white birch is probably one of the best things. We used to use it up north all the time in starting fires. I mean, it's the best. I like it better than the fat wood. You can take that white birch and a couple of sparks, and she goes right up, and you got a nice little fire going, and then you start piling on your small little tinder, and you just build it right up, and next thing you know, you got a nice little fire going. You know, you have your candles. These are really great. I mean, I get these at Walmart. They're $2.98 a piece. They're made by Coleman. They're scented. One's pine, the other one is s'mores. It's just because I grabbed the wrong one, but they're not really that bad. But the cool thing about these is I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Let me see if I can get up and get a little closer shot for you. If you look in there, it's a wooden wick. And the cool thing about this wooden wick is you light it, and once you light that wooden wick, these things burn for quite a long time, and they burn evenly all the way down on like any candle I've ever seen. You know, the wooden wick is just amazing. And it burns everything out of this tin. And then you can take this tin and you can turn it back around, and you can put, you know, you could put your char cloth in here. You could put, like I use an old medicine bottle. But you could take because in here, in this medicine bottle, I take cotton swabs with Vaseline. And you take those, and there's probably about, believe it or not, there's probably about 30 of them in this bottle right here. And then I store them in here, and you pull them out, and you just pull them apart, because really you just coat the outside really well, you know, and you leave the inside. So you just pull it right out, and then you can spark it with your fire steel, fire rod, whatever you have, a match, a lighter, and boom. And I actually did a demonstration. I should have videotaped it. I'll have to do another one, and I'll show you guys. That thing burns quite a while. It gives you plenty of time to get a nice fire going, just off this right here. And you're talking, I've got 4 of these made up. I have one for this portable little pack that I have. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I got 4 of these made up for each one of my backpacks. And there's like 30 of them in there. You can pick up this. This is Walmart's brand. I think it's like $2.98 for the big bottle, and you can get a bag of cotton balls for, what is it, 98 cents, and you make all kinds of, you know, fire starters. Like I said, you know, this is survival preparedness for the beginners. In the beginning stage, you know, I'm trying to save you some money and give you some tips on what you can do to save money. There are a lot of cool things that are out there. You can go and you can check out all these things from, you know, but you can also spend a lot of money on this. And if you're just beginning, I just want to give you an idea of what you can do, but you don't have to spend a lot of money to do it. You know, that's the whole purpose of me doing this, these videos and having my YouTube channel and stuff, is to make sure that people understand you don't have to have a lot of money to get this thing going and to keep it going and to start building. And you could always swap out your gear as you go along, as you get more money, or you see something that you really like, or one of your buddies has something, you know, and you can always swap it out as you go along. And then you could put that down into another pack that could be for, you know, emergency use only, or for an extra person in the group, so on and so forth. You know, we've talked about the tape, all types of, any type of rope, twine, cordage, paracord. You know, I bought this, you know, it's really cheap. You know, I had to put my glasses on, I'm sorry people. You know, I mean, I paid 99 cents for this. I mean, now it's not the strongest stuff, you know, but that's, you know, it's 3-ply, it's 73 yards, you know, 219 feet for, you know, 99 cents. It just goes to show you, you know, you get into, you know, speaking of fire before, you know, you can buy, you get these, you can get these at the grocery store. You know, these are just put off, you know, they're fire starters, you know, it's just extreme fire starter. It lights charcoal and wood, you know, so if you had a charcoal grill and you wanted to light that in an emergency situation, these things are great. You know, you can, you know, by the directions is you pull it up like this and you light this right at the very top. And you just take and light that with either your lighter or whatever, and then that will burn this whole thing, and it burns for quite a while. It'll start your charcoal, it'll start a fire, it'll do all that. And I bought a box of 30 of these things, and I got mine at Walmart, and I only have these 3 left, but I bought them a couple of years ago. And I got them on clearance. Now, coming right after Christmas, you really want to check some of these clearance aisles and stuff, because you can get a lot of great deals. Because I remember I got this thing, it was like $3 for this big huge box of these things. You know, I mean, Christmas time's a great time of year, but after Christmas, you know, you start hitting some of these clearance aisles, they're really great. When you have your knives and your axes and everything else, you want to make sure that you have some way to sharpen them. I have these 2 things. These 2 are made just basically for my axe and my machete. I have 2 different axes and 1 long machete, and this is made by Smith's, and this thing works great. I tell you, I was quite surprised. I got it from Amazon. It was like 21 bucks. And when I first saw it, so I put it in my cart, and I was like, well, if it goes down a little bit, I may buy it and try it. It did have some pretty good reviews on it, but I wasn't, you know, everybody, you know, you like a nice file for certain things, and this is a really good file. This is a Nicholson, you know, and one side's made for the axe, and the other side is made for like the machete, or, you know, you could use this to sharpen the teeth on your bow saws and things of that nature. But back to this, I got notified and it dropped to 15 bucks. So I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. You know, so I ordered it, I received it, and I took it out. I had an old axe that's been laying around forever, a thing as rusty as all could be. And I was like, let me give it a shot. So I put that thing on there and I started, you know, doing what the directions said to do, and how to, you know, keep going back and forth to make sure it was nice and sharp. And I'll tell you what, it's like a new axe. Looks like it's been through hell and back, but it's a new axe. At least the blade part, it chops. Now I carry this little pack right here with me. This actually gets attached to the back of my backpack, and a quick release. If I needed to, something happened and I needed to go or do something like that. And in this pack, because I don't like to dig through my pack for certain things. You know, a lot of people talk about, you know, making sure that stuff is segregate it out, and so you know where everything is. So this pack here mainly is my rope, fire starting, and that kind of stuff. I do have some stakes that are right on the top, and pop these right off. And I keep the stakes just on the chance, because I don't have a tent or anything. I mean, I do, my son has a tent. He actually has 2 tents, and I have recently switched to hammock. And I love my hammock, and I'm hoping to get out and get it set up one of these days so you all can see that. And it is sweet, it is comfortable. I've never slept any better being in the woods than I did in my hammock. I love it. In the center here, I have my paracord. Keep a ton of that. I have another sharpener that's made for my knives. This is just a belt loop for flashlight. I carry some more paracord. This is a little bit stronger, you know, different strengths. Like I said, this is all my rope and stuff. This is the heavy duty one. This is the paracord. This is the 1100 super strength. I have my bank line. You just, I don't know. You can't have enough. And then down in here, I always carry a just emergency backup little folding knife, you know, and it's kind of, it's not smooth. It's got a ridge to it. I don't know if you people can see that, but it does. It's, you know, it's just an emergency backup just in case something happens, and all I have is this. So at least I have a knife in there. And then all this goes right back in here. Your bank line, you go through a ton of this stuff. I just did a 7-day trip back in October, and we went through, I had 3 of these, and this is all I have left. So I would suggest, if you're gonna buy it, yes, it does get expensive, but yes, it is worth its weight in gold. The stuff is great. You know, it's great for tying stuff up with, for building things and everything else. It is really, really, really nice stuff. And you can see everything just fits right back in here. And that's in the middle of that compartment there. In the front compartment here, all I have in here is my safety goggles. Now, with these safety goggles, I got these off Amazon, and I'll put a link up for you so you guys can see it. And I actually got these on a lightning deal though. They're interchangeable, and they come in this little thing, because if you're out in the woods, or if you're doing anything, if you're around the house and you're outside, you're chopping, anything like that, you want to wear safety goggles. And these are all interchangeable. You have 3 different types of lens. You have one for the daytime that give you some protection, and they're actually UV rated. You have a clear set, and you have a green set that is made for nighttime. And they're pretty cool. I got them on a lightning deal, and I want to say I paid like $14.99 for them, and they were regular. I don't remember exactly how much they were. All I know is I got a really great deal. You know, with Amazon, sometimes you just have to be willing to shop around a little bit and find the deals. You know, that's all that's in that pack right there. It's just my safety goggles. And over here on this side, and like I said, this does just attach to the outside of my pack. Oh. So if I have to cut anything, and I learned this from a good friend of mine up north, and he used to cut trees and stuff down all the time, and wedges, you know. So if you need to chop something down and you're trying to make sure that it falls in a certain direction, I learned by watching him, you know, wedges are very important. So I picked up a small set of those, just to have them, just on the chance that something happens and I need a wedge. And this thing here is pretty cool. And I didn't get to try it out when I was up north because honestly I totally forgot all about it. But it's a chainsaw, a handheld chainsaw. So you have the chainsaw blade. Unravel this. So you have the chainsaw blade and you hold one end and then hold the other end and you put it around whatever it is, and then you have two straps you put your hands through and you pull it back and forth. And this way here, you can hopefully cut down whatever it is that you're meaning to cut down a lot easier. Some things roll up a lot easier than others, if you know what I mean. But it was a pretty cool thing. You know, I think I paid like $8 for it, $10. Like I said, I don't really buy too much stuff offline unless I can catch some good sales. And I utilize my card to my advantage to try to make sure that, you know, I'm getting the best deal I can. You know, I'm just starting out like everybody else. Although I've been camping, hunting, fishing since I was a kid, but with all this other stuff, you know, I'm just getting going, and that's the reason I started this channel, so everybody can kind of come along with me and you see, and I can explain to you how I try to save money and everything else. Now in the side pouch over here, I have waterproof matches. These are waterproof matches also. I got these at Walmart. I think I showed these in another video of mine. They're really good. It comes with a little tender in there. Bic lighters. Can't say enough about Bic lighters. Bic lighters, Bic lighters, Bic lighters. I think every bag of mine has at least 2 or 3 of these things in there. And this is a cool little thing that I would suggest that everybody buy. And I'll definitely put a link to this on this video. And this is to help you start your fire. And if you ever watch on a lot of videos and everything, and you see all these people, and especially if they have like long hair and all that, and they're down there and they're trying to blow on this fire, they got it up here and they're blowing on it, you know, and everything else, and you wonder sometimes is, hey, how's, like, you know, one little spark and poof, man, their hair's going to go up like nothing, you know, they end up like looking like this, you know. But I actually shave my head. But anyways, you know, you blow through this tube, and it's pretty long. You know, you can get a pretty good idea. You know, it's close to 2 feet, 1.5 feet, at least. You know, but you angle this down into the where your spark or your flame or whatever it is you're trying to get going. This way, you keep your face back away from any flames. Because sometimes you never know. I mean, you could get a flare up or whatever else, and if you got your face right down there in the fire, then that may not be a good thing. So you use one of these, and I have these in all my packs, and you just blow right through it. And I used this on my trip. Works like a dream. All these years, you know, you're down there and you're trying to blow it, fan it, you know, trying to find something to fan it with, you know, to get the fire going and all that. And you take this thing and a few puffs of air, and the next thing you know, poof, you got fire. You're like, oh my God, where was this all my life? You know? But such is life. But, and then everything just kind of goes right back into this little pack here. And then on the outside, you know, I've got a real strong carabiner on there. You know, I have a bottle opener. You know, everybody's got to have a bottle opener. You never know when you might need a beer. And then these are all can openers. These are the Army issue can openers. I do believe this is one of my videos. I'll put a link up there to it. I carry these. You get these on Amazon really cheap. And they're a great thing to have. You know, if something happens and, you know, you can't get into a can of food or something, you got those things. You know, that's why I keep them everywhere. I've got some on every pack. I got some in my emergency pack in the house. You know, you just can't go wrong. You just can't go wrong. You know, so that pretty much covers what I wanted to talk to you today about. You know, we're gonna start getting things going here and doing some different videos and stuff. And I got some stuff in mind. I just may have to wait till either I get some more supplies as far as food products go and things. I've got to order a lot of new things and put together some different videos for you guys out there. I really do appreciate everything that you guys have done for my channel, for everybody for watching, for liking the videos, sharing the videos, commenting on the videos. I really am truly taken back on all the views and stuff that I have received. Like I said, you know, I am starting out, and it's pretty nice sometimes, and you look and you think, you know, people are actually somewhere out there that are watching these videos. But on that note, if you would please hit that like button, hit that share button, hit the subscribe button, click the little bell, and once again, I thank you for everything that you've done for my channel, and I look forward to turning out another video again. And until then, catch you on the flip side.